When you first connect to a data source, Power BI will sample the top couple of hundred rows of that data and try and infer the data type for each column. But it doesn't always get it right. And sometimes maybe if your data changes after a few hundred rows, we may not sample all of the data before choosing the data type. And it's easy to correct that and change it if you need to. So just as an example, I loaded this table in and loaded them all in as text. So you can see that we have this little ABC icon across the top of each column header to show that it's being treated as text. Now, obviously, things like the date should be a different data type, the revenue should be a different data type, as should units. And it's really easy to go and change these. All I need to do, select the column that I want to change and click that little ABC column or the other icon that you'd get in that same spot. And you can see the different data types that are supported in the query editor. So for a date, we obviously want to select the date. Now, if I had information in this column which had a timestamp as well, then I could choose date time. If I was just interested in the time bit of that date time combination, then I could choose time and it would strip the date piece out. If you had data that also supported a UTC time zone offset, you can apply that. Or a duration, like a certain number of seconds or minutes or hours, you can choose that one. So this one is a date. And you'll see that Power BI has parsed the YYY-mm-DD date and turned it into a date format. Let's do the same thing for our numeric fields. So units is a whole number. We only ever ship a whole unit. But revenue, that's a dollar amount. So we could either choose a decimal number, which would give us a floating point decimal, or a fixed decimal where we have a certain number of decimal places. And by default, it'll treat it like a currency and have 4 decimal places. I can go and customize that as well if I want to specify the number of decimal points to use. So changing the data type of your columns is really simple. Just click that little icon at the top of the header, or you can use the data type option in the ribbon here on the Home tab. It's really simple just to select those if Power BI doesn't get it right for you when it infers it as you load the data.